Hi everyone, welcome to, well, not a stream, but just an offline recording. So basically, what happened was I was unable to watch this live. I would have considered maybe streaming this live, I'm not sure if I would have. But either way, I couldn't have watched this like when it happened because turns out I booked like a COVID booster about a week and a half ago, and it kind of correlated, it lined up with this event, like Nintendo last night announced, oh, by the way, guess what's going to happen during your COVID booster. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying. I've been able to avoid whatever's been announced here, so I've downloaded the video. I'm just going to watch this offline, and I guess I'll just react to it. Yeah, it's going to be a reaction video, technically speaking. It won't be a live stream, but I'll talk about my thoughts on this as I go along, and maybe reflect on some announcements at the end. Oh yeah, real quick before we start, I saw one of my friends posted a meme to me. I'm gonna share it with you guys real quick. So this was posted before this presentation, so I don't know if this is true or not. But this was this was something that was shown to me. So yeah, thanks Deej Bruce for that one. Right, okay then, so let's get started. I believe this will start. Yeah, here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud or too quiet. Right, here we go. This sounds about right. So it's about 20 minutes long. Also, there is a chance I may be interrupted by a delivery. So I may have to pause if that happens.
We're back to show you some indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Let's dive right in!
Dive! From the creators of The Messenger. I played that game. I never finished it though, not even close, but I remember enjoying the game's art style and gameplay. This game's got a very nice pixel art. I don't remember if this was announced at a previous Indie World on Indies. I think it might have. Also, The Messenger didn't come out that long ago. I'm surprised that there's another like big game like this coming out so soon.
We'll want to check out Sea of Stars. It tells the story of two children of the solstice, a lunar monk and a solar blade dancer. They must combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only thing that can fend off monsters created by an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer.
The Fleshmancer.
Turn-based combat. Stunning.
Sounds like my kind of answer.
A world where you can traverse freely and explore every nook and cranny, and that's just scratching the surface. Not to mention the incredibly moving story with plenty of twists and turns. It's also set in the same universe as The Messenger and serves as a prequel. But don't worry, you don't need to have played The Messenger to fully enjoy this gorgeous game.
That's interesting.
Some of the music was composed by none other than the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Huh, okay then.
Sea of Stars launches on Nintendo Switch Holiday 2022.
So about a year off, okay then. Might keep an eye on that one. So I'm not expecting Silksong to turn up, but I would like to see Sports Story at least get a release date. I don't know if it'll get a shadow drop. I'm expecting at least one shadow drop to happen during this, because usually that happens with Indie World presentations, where it's like, oh, here's a game, it's coming out today. While I was out getting my COVID booster, I basically had to turn all the notifications off on my phone, because if I didn't, the first thing I would see is a YouTube thumbnail from the YouTube app of basically an indie game reveal with Arlo's fucking face in the corner, because that would probably be what I would see. Anyway, this game looks cool.
Hi, 我是 Nate， 我们是 Underscore Team， 很高兴有机会带来这款游戏。达利夏，
希望借由 Asia 与绿夏的冒险旅程，可以让我们重新体验到人生当中会面临到许多痛苦的选择。这也是我们创作阿丽夏的初衷。
希望你可以开始寻找你的伙伴，因为阿丽夏接下来会在 Switch 上与大家见面。利用独特的操作玩法， 我们也预期可以为你与伙伴之间带来非常不一样的体验。我们11局上见吧，拜。
There's plenty to admire in this puzzle adventure game. For twin sisters Aisha and Lisha, cooperation is key in safely navigating this deserted temple. The game makes creative use of the various input options available on Nintendo Switch. Each sister is controlled differently, and you can control both via solo or local co-op play. With Aisha, you'll use motion controls with Joy-Con controllers in TV mode. And with Lisha, you'll use touch controls to guide the helper robot Ambu in handheld mode.
However you choose to play, you'll need the sisters to work together by exchanging clues and operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple.
So it's a cooperative game, but I'm
be
glad there is the
careful,
option to play it
it's filled
solo
with
in
all
case you,
sorts of
don't have any
menacing
friends.
Monsters and treacherous traps. Some of
I mean, they
which
said
can
local
trigger
co-op, right?
different
So it's not like I
endings.
can do that
The
easily.
heartfelt, overlapping music when playing with a friend, coupled
See, with a
the
game like
emotional
It Takes Two,
story,
at least,
will
cooperative
complement
play
your
can be
journey
played
to
online,
uncover the
so you can
secrets
actually play with
residing
someone
within.
that's not in your
Alicia,
general
the
vicinity.
Oblivion of Twin Goddesses launches
Spring?
as a console
Okay then.
exclusive on Nintendo Switch, Spring 2022.
Right, let's see what's next.
Hi, I'm Adam.
Hi!
Joe. We're two brothers who started our own indie studio in order to make a classic point-and-click adventure game. Today, we're excited to announce our debut title, Locomotive.
Set aboard a 1930s express train, you find yourself caught in the middle of a deadly mystery, full of twists, turns, and larger-than-life characters. Soul-satisfying puzzles.
I want to
clear your
assure
mind
you
once and for
that
all.
British people
We
are
both grew
not
up
this
playing
bright and
point-and-click
bubbly.
adventure games, and
Like,
it's
I'm
been a
pretty sure these
long-term ambition
people,
for us to put our own
these
spin
two
on it.
people
We can't
probably
wait
go
for you
out
to
and
play
drink at
Locomotive
night
when
and
it
cause
comes
fights
to
and
the
shit.
Nintendo Switch system.
Just looking at their... Okay, that's a little bit harsh. Like, I'm British myself, I'm Scottish specifically, but you know, I'm just having a laugh, I'm having fun. We're having fun here, please don't cancel.
Well then, who's at hand to catch my killer? There's my trusty lawyer, a would-be detective.
No
and Her
fun allowed.
Majesty's Secret Service.
Anyways,
There's just one problem. They're the suspects. With puzzles to solve, palms to grease, and clues to uncover. They'd better prove their innocence fast, or it's the end of the line in an adventure that's not just nuts. It's Locomotive!
why would they censor that out? Like, I know what they just did, they kicked him in the balls, but
Ooh, I do love me a good murder mystery.
that's some fucking
Then
4 kids
you'll
censoring
love
right there.
Locomotive, a single-player point-and-click comedy adventure. Climb
You know, they
aboard
could have
the
went
Express
one step
and
extra, like one
investigate
step beyond,
suspicious
and be
death
like, you know what, we're gonna
Oblivion
edit the
Intro.
animation of this so that
You'll
he's
find
kicking him in the shin.
straight-laced lawyer, an amateur detective, and an undercover agent at different points in the story. Along the way, you'll meet a fully voiced cast of quirky characters and solve head-scratching puzzles to prove your
So it is fully
innocence.
voice acted. I thought the voicing
Figure
was
out
just
who
for the
done
trailer,
it
but that's
and
cool.
what locomotive inspired them to murder in the first place. Locomotive steamrolls onto Nintendo Switch.
Published
summer
by
2022.
Chucklefish, they've done some good indie games.
Dama, wake up.
Coffee Talk
It's
and What
almost
Comes
like
After.
ice,
I've never heard of
isn't it?
either of those games.
Your friends are waiting for you. Come on.
Artwork drawn by a 13-year-old deviant artist. Okay, that's a little bit harsh. Sorry. I'm just joking, and I don't really think it looks that bad. It's just kind of weird looking, but you know, weird is good, especially with indie games. I'm not gonna try and riff too hard. It's been a bit of a long day for me.
On
Because of
behalf
the whole-
Pixelnesia team from Indonesia,
Yeah, never
I'm
mind.
proud to announce our upcoming game, Afterlove EP. Afterlove EP is a modern-day story of music, loss.
Listen, you're free to not
acceptance,
watch this if you
love
don't
for
want. You
others,
can
as well
dislike
as
and leave
yourself.
if you want.
While the game is heavily inspired by the
And
aesthetic
make sure you
storytelling format of the
add
Japanese
that-
manga, the game itself is set in Jakarta. We want players to experience this vibrant place we call home, which is also considered as the melting pot of the multicultural people of Indonesia. We cannot wait to let you experience our unique narrative adventure and explore our interpretation of Jakarta.
Sorry, I
From the
shouldn't be
creative
talking over
director
them.
of What Comes After and Coffee Talk comes a stirring narrative about love, loss.
I want to
and
say,
resistance.
if you want to dislike my
Set in
video, you
Jakarta,
can do that.
Indonesia,
I don't mind.
Afterlove EP focuses on a young
And
musician
while you're
Rama,
at it,
who struggles to compose music
look
after
for an
his
extension
girlfriend
called
Chinta
Return
passes
Dislikes to
away.
YouTube,
By communicating
so that you
with
can see how
Chinta's
many
voice
dislikes this
inside
video
his head,
has.
Rama will learn how to cope with grief, forge new relationships, and even potentially love again.
I'm just gonna say
Mixtape,
now,
a
this
visual
game
novel,
isn't
rhythm
really
game,
my kind of
and
thing,
narrative
sadly.
adventure,
But if it's your
Afterlove
thing, that's
EP
cool.
challenges you to complete an EP of music to fulfill a promise made to Chinta. There are multiple endings based on the choices you make, as well as an original soundtrack from Indonesian band Alfalfa, and striking art direction from Soyatu.
Start anew in Afterlove EP, launching on Nintendo Switch summer 2022.
Food cooking? What? Why did that fucking frying pan have a JoJo face on it? Okay then. I feel like if any memes are going to come from this Indie World presentation, it's going to be primarily from this game, by the looks of things. Just from those faces.
I'm hungry. I've got the munchies. Dungeon munchies, that is.
Then this 2D side-scrolling action platformer should
Why did the
definitely
frame rate
satisfy
go
your
super
craving.
shitty?
You are dead. Well, you were dead, and now you've been revived in a mysterious underground facility.
Like, the trailer was running at
But
60
forget
frames per
hanging
second,
out
now it's
here.
like 20
You've
frames
gotta
per
get
second
out.
with motion
With the
blurring.
help of the undead
The hell?
microchef Simmer, you'll
That's some
hunt
good
down
video
monsters,
editing.
then
Guy
cook
who
them
edits the
yourself.
Indie World presentation
There are around
videos.
100 dishes that provide various abilities. One dish,
There's that
for
fucking
example,
frying
will give
pan
you the
again.
power to serve up
Jesus.
new combos.
So you are what you eat.
Literally, this game is a great place to get locally sourced and farm fresh monsters. So mix and match to get the right meal for your playstyle. And let's not forget the eclectic cast of characters, hilarious side-splitting story, and charming 2D pixel art. Better bring a voracious appetite when Dungeon Munchies devours its way onto the Nintendo Switch system.
Okay, well
later
there's your
today.
shadow drop. I don't know if that'll be the only one, but there's one at least.
Hej med jer. Jeg hedder Niels. Jeg er spilinstruktør og lyddesigner hos Bedtime Games. Jeg har lavet spilmusik i over 10
Bedtime
år.
games.
Vores
I think we've got to the point now where we're
spil
running out of
fyldt med
names
masser af
for
nye store
studios
bossfights, andre
and,
lydlæggere.
developer,
For at få det mest
companies.
punchy lyde, har jeg været ude ved mit træsværd
So we're
og
just
smurt
taking like
kæledyr og
everyday
kaffekanner.
expressions. Bedtime games.
Musikken i Figment indordner sig efter dig. Vi har brugt rigtig meget energi på at få lyd, musik og gameplay til at spille sammen. Og vi glæder os rigtig meget til at vise jer spillet. I'm coming back to the surface. I need time to make things right.
I was kind of half expecting someone coming from the left side of the screen to, like, tell them to stop doing that. Is this gonna get content claimed? It probably will.
We're already on to the next segment?
Yep, this isn't a figment of your imagination.
Oh, very funny. In this musical puzzle adventure game, you'll make your way through a rhythmic world set in the human mind. Unfortunately, nightmares are spreading chaos everywhere. It's up to you to put an end to their fearsome schemes. Play solo or locally with a friend as you wield your trusty sword and engage in combat. Manipulate environments to solve compelling puzzles.
Kind of looks
and
like
have symphonic showdowns
it's a little bit
against
like
some
Bastion, but it's got
musically
music.
menacing bosses.
It's got like
sounds
backing
like
music
trouble
throughout the whole
or
game. It seems like,
trouble.
which sounds cool, but it's also
Figment
something that I
2
couldn't stream because
begins its symphony
DMCA.
on Nintendo
and all that
Switch,
fun stuff.
February 2022. A free demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay, I mean that's kind of a shadow drop, but
DC
not really.
diving? Check. Investing? Check. Drawing? Check. Surviving on the moon? Check that too. A slew of board games from developer Oink Games are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Go on thrilling and risky treasure hunts in deep sea adventure. Become the biggest investor in startups. Catch the sketchy rogue and don't get caught in A Fake Artist Goes to New York. And recover supplies with your fellow astronauts.
We've got roughly 5 minutes left of this, by the way, I think. Just over 5 minutes.
They also capture and recreate the feel of their original tabletop versions.
You can play
I'm
all
not
the games
really a
locally
tabletop
and
person
online,
in
so you
general,
can play with friends
so
near and
this doesn't
far.
really do anything for
Get
me,
together
sadly.
and play on one system, or create a room with friends. More games will also be added in the future.
Start a game night with Let's Play Oink Games, launching as a
Another
timed
shadow
console
drop, okay
exclusive
then.
on Nintendo Switch later today.
Hi, I'm Javier,
Didn't that new
CEO
Shovel
and
Knight
programmer
spin-off
at
come
Kirby
out
Studios.
lately? Is
Hi,
that going to be
I'm
here?
Denise. I'm working as an environment artist for our upcoming title, Endling Extinction is Forever.
We wanted to create a game that raises awareness about how the world may be in the near future if we don't change our consumption habits.
The environment is mainly presented during night, since we want to emphasize a fox's natural behavior and contrast a calm but deteriorating world and human threats during the day.
We hope that Endling may encourage everyone to reflect, but also that players around the world can enjoy its story, gameplay, and cuteness.
Okay. So it's basically Farthing Wood, the video game, is what I'm getting from this. If you've never heard of Farthing Woods, I think that's what it was called. It was like a cartoon from the late 80s, early 90s. About like basically it was about a fox and a bunch of other wildlife like trying to get away from, you know, people that were like causing environmental problems or whatever. I forgot exactly what it was, but it was something like that. The Animals of Farthing Wood, that's what it was called. Yeah, look it up. It's kind of like
As the
that.
last mother fox in Endling Extinction is Forever, you'll need to keep your 3 cubs alive and lead them to safety in a world ravaged by humanity.
In this game blending stealth, survival, and adventure, you'll make your way through devastated environments to reach the one place on Earth where humans can't hurt you. Along the way, you'll hunt other animals to feed your cubs, as well as teach them new skills to make them less vulnerable to predators. I really hope they make it.
I do too. But in the end, how many of your cubs survive the perilous
I wonder
journey
if this game
up
is
to you.
catering specifically to people who just watch cute fox videos all day on YouTube. Because that's probably what they're going for here.
Here's more info about the skateboarding action platformer Ollie Ollie World from our friends at Roll7 and Private Division.
Far across the Ollie Ollie world is Radlandia, a nation forged by the skate gods. Join your crew and travel across our beautiful land. Wall ride among
I've never
the
played
trees,
Ollie Ollie.
forge new paths through the desert, or cross moving platforms in picturesque sketchside. You'll see some weird stuff along the way, but don't worry, that's just part of your journey.
Why do the characters look like they look like they're from
There
Adventure
you'll
Time?
compete with champions, challenging each other's skills to win rewards, and create new routes to share with your friends. So come shred by the sea, chase a bee, meet a tree, get on down to Radlandia, and achieve Nirvana. Bonus items? Oh, nice. Get me some of those.
Yeah, pre-order
Ollie
our
World
small
rolls
indie
onto
game
Nintendo
to get
Switch
more content.
February 8th, 2022. Pre-orders
Okay,
begin
then.
later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hi, I'm Banner Rudis, director of River City Girls 2.
And I'm Colleen Fannin, producer of River City Girls 2.
I know most of those games back
since
there.
The days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, and in fact, this is the 3rd River City game I've worked on. So I'm thrilled to bring you an all-new adventure starring Misako, Kyoko, Kunio, and Ricky.
We were blown away by the response to the first River City Girls. So, for the sequel, we're including everything players loved about the original, plus a whole lot more, including online co-op.
We're working really hard to get this game into your hands as soon as possible. In the meantime, please enjoy our debut trailer for River City Girls 2.
I didn't know there was a sequel for River City Girls in development. I played a little bit of the first one, it's pretty good. I didn't play much though. I need to check it out some more. We'll see the pixel art style's a bit different in this one compared to the first, but it still looks good. They're going for a more lineless art style this time around. But it's still very high quality pixel art with very fluid animations. I really need to get more into the River City games in general. Like, I've only ever played River City Ransom all the way through. Only played a tiny bit of Girls 1. But yeah, okay then.
More baddies to take down? Let's go!
Right there with ya. Way Forward is back with the sequel to the acclaimed beat-em-up, River City Girls. There's trouble brewing once again in River City, with higher stakes, meaner streets, and even more over-the-top humor. Take control of one of 6 characters, including returning powerhouses Kyoko and Misako. Each character has their own fighting style and upgradable movesets, which you'll need as you set off on a new quest, picking up where the first game left off.
And when we say new, we mean it. New moves, enemies, areas, items, and a new soundtrack by the first game's composer, Megan McDuffie. Not to mention branching paths, as well as a return of a familiar foe. Get the fists flying solo, or team up with a friend, locally or online. What do you say, Paul?
Let's hope the online netcode is actually any good.
Oh, heck yeah!
And not like...
Punches its way onto Nintendo
Fuck, what was
Switch,
that game?
summer
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the video game? The movie, the video game?
We've got several more indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. From painting the world to a management sim with dinosaurs. Enjoy!
Right, here comes the sizzler reel and then I guess the final announcement. So I'll let you know if there's any games in here that I'm aware of or that I'm looking forward to. Probably not much going to show up here that I know of. Parkasaurus. Dinosaur Park Simulator. Okay. I've never been able to get into this game, so this doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, it's cool it's coming to Switch, but yeah, not my king the game, sadly. This game, I remember playing a demo of during one of the Steam demo thingies they did. This game seems cool. I'm interested. Oh god. I've never heard of this one. Oh yeah, what was the name of that one indie game? The one where you're playing as a valet or something? That one kind of looked cool. Grime. I think I played a demo for this as well. Like, a little while back, Steam did a thing. I forgot what it's called, but they had like a shit ton of like different demos for games that you could play. Grime and A Colourful Tale were games that I played. Also, what's going on with the skirt physics there? The hell? Timeline. Kind of a puzzle thing. Never heard of this one. Yeah, I'll just do a big splotch on there and it'll magically become a perfect circle.
All for today's Indie World. Or not. We've got one more game. Check it out.
It's not going to be Silk Song, it's not going to be Sports Story. It's going to be something we've never heard of and it might not even be that interesting. I mean, interesting is subjective, but we'll see. Yeah, this is definitely not Silk Song. I don't know what this is. Like, I'm not sure if this is a new indie IP or if it's an existing thing. Omori? Oh wait, I think I've heard of that, but I've never played it.
The critically acclaimed RPG Omori is making its way onto Nintendo Switch.
Travel back and forth between two strange and vibrant worlds, each one brimming with colorful friends and foes to uncover a forgotten past.
Oh, it kind of looks like Earthbound a little bit.
An unconventional story.
Let me guess, is this out today?
System,
I say that as it may have already been announced, but you know, I'm watching this like over an hour after it went live.
wrote, directed, and coded much of the game. Omori does lean into some heavy topics, so be prepared. It's quite the journey.
Omori launches on Nintendo Switch.
Okay, so
spring
it's not a shadow drop.
2022.
Right.
And
I'm
that's
guessing
all
that's a
today's
big
Indie
announcement
World.
for people that
We
know
hope
what
you enjoyed
Omori
the
is.
lineup
I've
of
never
games
played
in
it
today's
myself, so...
showcase.
As always, we'd like to thank everyone in the indie community working on games for Nintendo Switch. And thank you for watching.
Don't forget to follow our official Twitter account to stay up to date on all the latest news from Indie World. Until next time, happy gaming!
Alright, happy no Silk Song. Right, okay then, so that was the Indie Worlds. I'm gonna... Hang on, I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit. But you don't see the Nintendo logo back there. How do I do this? Do that? Yeah, there you go. I'll just put that there. Right, okay then, so... It was okay. There wasn't a ton of like, oh, I'm looking forward to this sort of thing. A couple little good announcements in there, but it didn't really do much for me. I mean, I wasn't really going in with high expectations either way. Like, it's an indie world, it's being shown at pretty much at the end of the year. I think Nintendo are saving all their big guns for an upcoming Nintendo Direct, whether that happens next month or February or whatever. So, let's say we do eventually get Silk Song, it'll probably be in a Nintendo Direct, just because that's a much bigger, you know, something that more people are, like, keeping their eye on, and we've not heard about it for quite some time, so we'll probably see it then, or whenever. Real quick, before I stop, I am going to load up Steam and see what Omori is, because apparently this is an existing game that's got a bit of a cult following, so I'm just going to do research live, or well, I say live, but I'm recording this. Omori. Yeah, it's been on Steam since Christmas Day of 2020, so almost a full year ago. Overwhelmingly positive, 96% of 2,500 user reviews in the last 30 days are positive. 98% of 26,000 people overall found this positive. So it's a story-rich indie RPG with psychological horror aspects. It's a game made in an RPG Maker, but apparently that's not something you should be deterred by because it's a really good game. So, okay, I might look into it. I mean, I could just buy it now on Steam, but it would be nice to have a decent, like, indie RPG on Switch, so I might keep an eye out. I'm gonna ask a few people, see what they think about it. By the way, I want to show you something real quick before I stop. So, I was looking at the Steam page for Omori. That's Omori. I was looking at the Steam page for Omori, and this appeared, like, below the game title. Similar to games you've played, Undertale and Lisa. Lisa, maybe. I don't know about Undertale. What do you guys think? You can let me know if you want. Let me know in the comments. You don't have to do that, but I'm just talking out of my arse at this point. But I hope you enjoyed watching me be really bad at doing an offline reaction to this. Again, just to explain what happened, I didn't fully explain myself earlier. Not only did my vaccination, like my COVID booster appointment, like clash with the Indie World, so I couldn't watch it, like when it was live, but also the fucking, like, I went into that COVID, what do you call it? The vaccination centre? I went to my local vaccination centre, and I've been in there twice before, like one for my first shot, one for my second shot, and both times it was like, okay, I was in line for about 10 minutes, got my vaccination, I had to wait for 15 minutes afterward and then leave, because you have to wait in case there's any side effects before you walk out of the vaccination centre. So I was thinking to myself, okay, walk in, line up for about 5 to 10 minutes, get my shot, and then get out. That didn't fucking happen this time. Basically, there was a massive fucking line that went for over an hour. In fact, I think it was about 70 minutes. It just went on for fucking ever. And it was just a mental drain just to stand in there doing nothing. So yeah, that was something that kind of annoyed me a little bit. But I'm home now. I'm gonna relax a little bit now that I'm done recording this. So don't think I'll be streaming later tonight if anyone's expecting that. Like, I'm saying tonight as in Wednesday the 15th. I'll probably wait until tomorrow to do that, so if you're watching this on YouTube and you're expecting a live stream later, probably going to disappoint you. I think I'm going to take it easy tonight, and I might not be around tomorrow because I don't know if I'm going to get any side effects like, you know, fever or whatever, or sluggishness from this vaccination booster. So I guess I'll maybe wait a couple days and I'll stream over the weekend, so either way, thanks for watching. I'm going to stop talking now, and I will see you again for... God, I don't know what Nintendo's next thing is going to be. Maybe a Direct in late January or something. Oh wait, isn't there like Pokemon Directs in January? Maybe we'll get one then. But yeah, I'll see you whenever. Thanks for watching.